How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I have a new video to present to the royal family in regards to this case with our royal son, Mr. Arbery. Just to let y'all know, once this is over, and I'll remind you a second time, once this premiere is over on the True Royal Family and True Royal, go over, check the community tab, and I have some more sort of a rant, some more to add to this on my Anchor. So we have a long version, which is little over 22 minutes, and then a short version, which is about 3 minutes of this video. And, I want people to put on their detective hats, use your first eye. And I'm going to play that entire 22-minute video. And while I'm playing that, I will read from two different articles. One from First Coast News and the other one from the Atlantic Black Star in regards to this case. So let's get to the long version, which you see here is 22 minutes and 44 seconds. This is a new video. And here it says below, new video appears to show what prosecutors said is Arbery entering and exiting a home immediately preceding the chase and confrontation that ended his life. So this is some surveillance footage from a person that has a bird's eye view of the new house. All right, let me roll this. So, and I'm not going to read all of this article because some of the stuff is just repetitive and you're saying the same thing over. So, it says, shortly before the deadly altercation, a man called 911 to report they thought someone could be breaking into the home. Then a man called 911 to report someone running away. Arbery is the black man involved in the shooting. Let me say that again. Arbery is black, The two men involved in his shooting were white. Neither were initially charged, but on Thursday, both McMichaels were arrested on suspicion of murder and aggravated assault. The new video was obtained by First Coast News by a source that asked to remain anonymous, saying he feared for his safety. What's so funny to me, when you ask him to be anonymous, you can see Catacorner are literally directly across the street whose house that is. Boy, these people something else. So District Attorney George Barnhill, the second prosecutor to take the case before recusing himself, sent a April 7 email noting the video of Arbery burglarizing a home immediately preceding the chase and confrontation. The investigators have not said there is any evidence that Arbery burglarized the home. Police reports following the killing did not note any stolen material on Arbery. There were, however, official reports or statements from the McMichaels and their neighbor in the months preceding the shooting, reporting the theft of a weapon from a vehicle and incidents of trespassing. Prior police reports said surveillance video captured images of a person trespassing who was described as a light-skinned black male with short hair, twisties, and tattoos. According to a prior police report, he had tattoos that said Oh, regrets one life to live on his right arm. Damn, they was able to see that. That was pretty close. Attorneys for Arbery's family said Saturday the video clearly showed Arbery did not engage in any illegal activity. Let's see. Mr. Arbery did not take anything from the construction site. He did not cause any damage to the property and was not instructed by anyone to leave, but rather left of his own accord to continue on his job, their statement said. The attorney said Arbery's actions was in no way a felony under Georgia law and confirms his murder was not justified. Police dispatch report showing Glenn County Police Department received a 911 call on February 23rd at 1:08 p.m. reporting a man on a construction site, noting there had been some break-ins in the area lately. In the timestamp security camera video, a black man wearing white t-shirt, tan shorts enter the frame at 2:08 p.m., walks into a house under construction, crossing the street from where the surveillance camera is located, and they don't want to be identified. They know it coming from your house. At 2:13 p.m. on the video, the man comes out running from the unoccupied house and runs down the street at 2:19 p.m. A police car goes down the street and follow at 2:27 p.m. by an ambulance, a fire truck, and 2 additional police cars. It is not clear why the police dispatch log and the video timestamp reflect times 1 hour apart. Previously, prosecutor Barnhill said that McMichael's actions was justified under Georgia's open carry law, and a separate state law allows a private citizen to attempt arrest if an offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. He also noted Georgia's stand your law allows someone who feels threatened to use deadly force to protect himself without having to first try to retreat. Attorney of Arbery family pushed back on that interpretation, however, noting that a felony crime is required before the citizen's arrest statute can be invoked. The other thing they have even said is that Mr. Arbery stepped by a house that was under construction and he looked through the window. Civil rights attorney S. Lee Merritt said, "We don't know if that happened or not, but even if that did happen, that is not a felony. That would invoke the citizen's arrest statute. That would make this allowable. Where we at? Okay, I'm just checking. We 6 minutes into it. Okay, as we continue on. Greg McMichaels is a retired Brunswick District Attorney investigator. The case was initially passed from the Brunswick District Attorney to Ware County District Attorney George Bernhall. However, Bernhall also cited a conflict of interest in his April 7th email. He said his son and Greg McMichaels both helped with a previous prosecution of Arbery on what he described as Arbery's juvenile and adult felony record. The case was passed on to the Liberty County District Attorney Office, where it remains until 2 days ago, when the Georgia Bureau of Investigations took over the case and sought charges. So his little spineless son and him, they playing cop. Now his father was an investigator, but you could tell his son ain't never did nothing with his life. Looking at him, they was involved in something in regards to Mr. Arbery and another incident, but we're not going to focus on that heavily. So let me go over to the next article as y'all continue to watch this. And there were some things that I wanted to read from Atlanta Black Star. Excuse me if I said that wrong. So we know that the elder McMichaels is 64 and his retarded looking ass son is 34. In fact, when they arrested him, they said he was crying. And I've even found out he had a child. I was like, damn. Okay. Let me go down a little further here with something that I seen. Okay, here it is. So they said the 3 men reported to have been in hot pursuit of Arbery, according to a memo written by Waycross Judicial Circuit District Attorney Mr. Barnwell, who Arbery's parents asked to step down from the case due to his apparent conflict of interest in the case. Gregory McMichael served for decades as an investigator to the Burnswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office, and Barnwell's son, Gregory F. Barnwell, is an assistant DA to the Burnswick Circuit. Oh boy, they love, it's all about nepotism, my royal family. Let's see. We damn near halfway into it. So as I continue on, let's see here. The McMichaels duo told police they grabbed their guns, hopped into the truck to pursue Arbery after they saw him running into their neighborhood. They said they believe Arbery was responsible for several recent burglaries in their neighborhood. Gregory McMichaels claimed his son jumped out of the truck with a shotgun in hand and was attacked by Arbery, according to a police report. The 2 men fought over the firearm before Arbery was shot, it stated. Arbery, who lived in a community adjacent to the McMichaels, was pronounced dead at the scene by the Glenn County coroners. No weapons were found on him, according to the police report. Then they have an audio. I think Lisa put that up. I haven't listened to it yet. An audio recording of 2 911 calls have shed further light on Arbery's final moments. The first call came in at 1:08 p.m. on February 23rd, during which an unidentified male caller reported a guy in a house right now, a house under construction. When the dispatcher asked whether the house is broken into, the caller said, no, it's all open. It's under construction. The caller followed that by saying he's running right now, and there he goes right now, as Arbery apparently continues his typical jog through the neighborhood. The dispatcher said, okay, what is he doing? The caller, he said, he's running down the street. The dispatcher responded, I just need to know what he was doing wrong when he just on the premises and not supposed to be. That's how that dispatcher said it. Yeah, let me read that again. The dispatcher responded, I just need to know what he was doing wrong. Was he just on the premises and not supposed to be? Okay, so you could say that's trespassing. So you're supposed to lose your life over trespassing. The caller respond at first, and then there is never a clear answer to the question. The dispatcher will go on to say she sent out an officer, and then she ends the call. The second call at 1:14 p.m. records the dispatcher asking for an address and a reason for the call, and another male answer, "Huh? I'm out here." I'm just out here. So there's a black man running down the street again, apparently referring to Arbery. At this point, the caller does not respond to the dispatcher's questions, but instead can be heard yelling, "Stop, stop that, damn it, stop." Seconds later, he shouts, "Travis," in an apparent reference to Travis McMichaels. The dispatcher is unable to get the caller's attention after that. Although the call continues recording for almost 5 more minutes, Ben Crump, an attorney representing Arbery's family, felt authorities could have made the May 7th arrest much sooner. It's outrageous that it would take more than 2 months for Mr. Arbery's executioners to be arrested, but better late than never, he said in a statement Thursday night. This is the first step to justice. This murderous father and son duo took the law in their own hands. Now, the feedback that we gonna get from the enemy and their supporters, who like to keep their nose knee deep up in their ass, is he was in that house that we're looking at right now, and that justifies them doing what they did to our royal son. They slaughtered him. They literally slaughtered him. And I found out that when they were talking about these rash of break-ins and different things like that, they had one, but it was a long time ago. And, this thing is unfolding, so we'll see, what's really going on. And, it gives me the impression that this was definitely a setup, because there was they were saying, at one point it seemed like he would come to the site all the time and look in the window. And this time it was open. They purposely left. That's the impression that I'm getting. They purposely left the garage open, and that would lure the person to come in. You know how, like, when they bring them trucks to the hood and they trying to get our royals to open up them trucks to what do they call that? Entrapment. They'll put a truck with a bunch of stereos or whatever they'll put in there, and that right there, again, that's entrapment. But I just felt like it was necessary for the royal family to see the long version of the video before I get into the shorter version. Let's not forget that the other black male that they seen in the neighborhood, they were saying that particular black male was light-skinned, had twisties in his head, and let's not forget, they was able to observe him close enough to see his tattoos. So I see that they had the police car flying down the street while I was talking to y'all. And let me see, we're almost 17 seconds into this video. This is a 22 minute video. I don't know what else I can add at this point, so I'm gonna cut it here. There's another cop car flying. I'm gonna cut it here. But one thing that I do want to add before I cut it, I also found out during my research that the cops, they wanted to arrest them too, but the DAs said, both of them said, don't arrest them, because I would imagine when the cops came, the senior McMichaels, the first thing they gonna holler, "Oh, I was in law enforcement. I'm a retired investigator." You know how they shoot the shit with the chest all puffed up and stuff, and we know the whole deal, my royal family. So y'all have gotten enough of that. We see seen the surveillance on that, so we're gonna stop that. And now we're going to go into this next video here. And this is the short version of it. And let's get into this. Let me refresh this because I don't want to miss a beat on this when this plays. Okay. I'll make sure I go back so y'all don't miss.
County. The GBI says the video we're going to show you here has been part of the coming tonight. It's investigating several videos and photographs now related to the Ahmaud Arbery case in Glenn County. The GBI says the video we're going to show you here has been part of the case actually from the beginning. Here is the new information that's developing just tonight. This video was given to our news partners at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. It appears to be from a surveillance camera at a Brunswick home near where Arbery was shot. The video shows someone who appears to be Arbery walking into a home that was under construction and then coming back out. Arbery's family says he liked to jog in that area.
Cell phone video taken of the shooting has now been seen by millions of people around the world. Two men, a father and son, were arrested this week, and now people want to know, why did it take so long? Channel 2's Tony Thomas spoke exclusively with Arbery's father today to ask about this new video. Tony.
Yeah, I spoke exclusively with the father as hundreds of people gathered in this Riverside Park to honor his 25-year-old slain son. Now, this new video that we're seeing first for the publicly, at least, may not change the legal argument surrounding that murder charge, but the GBI does confirm it is part of its investigation as agents try to piece everything together. The security camera about a block down from the February shooting scene recorded as a man that appeared to be Ahmaud Arbery walked down the street. Our partners at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution first got this video from a non-GBI source last night and confirmed agents are reviewing it as part of the case. The timestamp appears to be about 1 hour off when it showed a man wearing a white shirt and shorts, again appearing to be Arbery, walk into the open garage of a house under construction, then around back. 6 minutes later, the man can be seen leaving. Then he ran down the street. Nothing appeared to be in his hands. A neighbor can be seen across the street about the same time a 911 call was made.
And he's running right now. There he goes right now.
A short time later, off in the distance, a pickup pulled out in the area of where Greg and Travis McMichael live. The McMichaels face murder charges after this videotaped confrontation a few seconds later. The McMichaels say they were trying to make a citizen's arrest when Arbery fought back and was shot and killed. The McMichaels claim self-defense. Arbery's family says he was simply out on a jog.
We believe in you.
At a large event to honor his son, I spoke exclusively with Arbery's father and uncle about this second video.
So whatever they're trying to make out to just try to justify for what they did, they can't do it.
If he committed a crime, why do you call him starting? What you came out here with dogs that you hunt the animal down?
The Arbery's family attorney sent out a statement this afternoon saying the video is consistent with the evidence already known that Ahmaud was out for a jog, looked at the site, and left without committing a felony. Live in Glenn County, I'm Tony Thomas, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, my royal family, let me take this down so I don't get no pop-ups as I close out. So again, my royal family, and my father taught me this. I'm going to guarantee you this. Because of what I'm showing you now, trust and believe the enemy and the enemy supporters are going to fully support and say that is the reason why he was killed. He went into an empty building. He didn't break in the empty building. He went into it and looked around and went out. That was it. That's what you call trespassing, a simple trespassing. So the question that I asked the royal family, did Arbery break the law once he went into the premises? Did he break the law? But to me, it seemed like it was others involved in this, and it was a setup and a lure, because probably what he did was every time he was running, he would cut and look in the window. So they made it a little bit easier where he was in that place, because that would lure a person to go in there and stuff. And me having a construction background, I have seen people be fascinated with when something is being built. You'll see them looking through the windows and stuff. And it is not uncommon. I've had people literally be like, oh, wow, this is going to be a really nice house, or this is going to be a really nice building, just looking around and all of that. And usually what we'll say to them is it's dangerous being on a construction site and stuff. And that's it. We don't be screaming at them talking about you on this property, you trespassing. There's a way of talking with people. You can engage them a bit and everything like that and leave it just like that. You don't have to escalate. And that's what the enemy like to do. And they don't want to talk about how the enemy escalate things. Look at the police. They'll see something real simple and they're going to make it where it fits their narrative. But I guarantee you this, my royal family, they're going to say, after seeing what I just presented to y'all, that's the reason why he should have been killed. So the last thing, my royal family, over here, and I will have the link. Please go to my Anchor. I have more to add to this because some certain things I heavily wanted to get off my chest. It's sort of like a rant. I talk a bit about this case and other things too as well. So my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.